In 2025, Farrah Fawcett's name has returned to the spotlight in ways few could have predicted. Her bronze sculptures are selling for nearly $500,000. Salons report a surge in requests for the Farrah flip, and young stars openly borrow her feathered hair and sunlit glow. Yet this revival is not fueled by nostalgia alone. New conversations are finally unfolding about Farrah's later years and how Hollywood treated her once the poster faded. Behind the radiant smile was a woman navigating power struggles, creative frustration, and private pain. As audiences look back with clearer eyes, Farrah's story feels newly relevant, not as a symbol frozen in time, but as a woman whose battles mirrored those faced by many artists who dared to ask for respect, control, and longevity in an industry that rarely offered them. A disciplined childhood, shaped by art. Farrah Fawcett was born Mary Farrah Lenny Fawcett on February 2, 1947, in Corpus Christi, Texas, into a strict working-class Catholic household. As the younger of two daughters, she learned early the value of discipline, structure, and self-control. Even as a child, she showed a remarkable seriousness toward creativity, winning local art contests by the age of 5 and spending hours sculpting and drawing. At W.B. Ray High School, she was repeatedly voted Most Beautiful, a title that opened doors while quietly limiting how others perceived her. Beauty came easily, but Farrah sensed early on that it could become a cage. Beneath the surface admiration was a young woman determined to be taken seriously, not just seen, but understood for her intelligence, discipline, and artistic drive. A planned future derailed by fate. In 1965, Farrah enrolled at the University of Texas at Austin on a beauty scholarship, intending to study microbiology. Science appealed to her sense of structure and problem-solving, offering a future rooted in merit rather than appearance. That plan changed abruptly when a campus photograph caught the attention of a Hollywood publicist. Almost overnight, her life veered away from laboratories and toward cameras. By 1967, just 20 years old, Farrah left school and moved to Los Angeles with little money but firm belief in herself. She took odd jobs, washed hair in salons, appeared in commercials, and survived on minimal comforts while attending auditions. Offers came slowly, and though magazines pushed for nude shoots, she refused, insisting on control over her image even before fame arrived. The poster that changed everything. Farrah's life shifted dramatically in 1976 when a simple red swimsuit poster exploded into a cultural phenomenon. Selling over 12 million copies, it turned her face into one of the most recognizable images in the world. That same year, Charlie's Angels premiered, and her role as Jill Munroe, paired with her iconic hair, made her an instant global star. Yet behind the success was exhaustion and frustration. Farrah worked relentless hours while earning just $5,000 per episode and receiving nothing from the flood of merchandise bearing her likeness. When she asked for stronger scripts and fairer compensation, she was refused. After leaving the show, she faced a massive lawsuit and industry resistance. The message was unmistakable. Success was welcome. Independence was not. Hollywood's punishment for defiance. Farrah eventually returned to Charlie's Angels in guest appearances, but the damage was done. Hollywood had made its position clear. In film roles that followed, she was frequently blamed when projects failed, regardless of weak scripts or poor direction. Movies like Logan's Run, Sunburn, and Saturn III were criticized harshly, and Farrah often became the convenient target. She was pressured into roles that emphasized exposure over substance, reinforcing the narrow expectations placed upon her. At the same time, her marriage to Lee Majors collapsed under the strain of fame and jealousy. A later relationship with Ryan O'Neal brought deep connection, betrayal, public scrutiny, and their son, Redmond. Privately, she maintained a quiet bond with college love Greg Lott, away from the spotlight. reinventing herself on her own terms. Refusing to fade away, Farrah reshaped her career in the 1980s through demanding dramatic roles that challenged both audiences and critics. In Extremities, The Burning Bed, and Small Sacrifices, she tackled dark, controversial subjects that required emotional endurance and stripped away glamour. These performances earned her long overdue respect and proved her range as a serious actress. She also took studios to court over contract disputes and won, a rare victory that reshaped how television actors negotiated pay. Farrah spoke openly about addiction and recovery, dismantling the illusion of effortless stardom. When she testified against a powerful producer who assaulted her, she knowingly risked her career. Her silence would have been safer, but Farrah chose honesty, even when it came at great personal cost. A final battle fought in the open. In 2006, Farrah was diagnosed with anal cancer, a fight she chose not to hide. She documented her experience in Farrah's story, allowing the public to see her without filters, weakened, bald, frightened, yet unbroken. The decision was controversial, but deeply intentional. She wanted to remove shame from illness and show what survival truly looked like. Farrah sought experimental treatments in Germany, exhausting both physically and emotionally. Even then, she focused on legacy rather than fear. She poured energy into establishing the Farrah Fawcett Foundation, dedicated to cancer research and patient support. In sharing her vulnerability, she once again reclaimed control over her narrative, refusing to let illness define her without purpose or meaning. Love, legacy, and quiet choices. Farrah Fawcett passed away on June 25, 2009, at the age of 62. In her final arrangements, she ensured her son Redmond was provided for, remembered Greg Lott privately, and directed millions toward her foundation. These choices reflected the woman she had become: thoughtful, loyal, and focused on impact rather than headlines. Her personal relationships had been complicated, often misunderstood by tabloids, but those closest to her knew a woman capable of deep love and forgiveness. Farrah never sought pity in her final years. Instead, she approached death with the same resolve she had shown throughout her life, determined to leave behind something that mattered beyond fame, beauty, or controversy. Art rediscovered and meaning reclaimed. By 2025, Farrah's artistic legacy has taken on new significance. Her sculptures, long overshadowed by her acting career, now command enormous respect and value. Critics and collectors see in them the seriousness she displayed as a child, the discipline and patience that shaped her creativity. Younger generations discovering her story view her not as a poster, but as an artist who struggled for autonomy in a rigid system. Her foundation continues funding cancer research, while her image inspires fashion, beauty, and conversation. The renewed attention feels earned rather than manufactured, rooted in understanding rather than myth. Farrah's life now reads not as a cautionary tale, but as a complex journey towards self-definition. More than a hairstyle or a smile, Farrah Fawcett was never just a hairstyle, a swimsuit, or a symbol of an era. She was an artist who fought to be taken seriously, a woman who challenged unfair systems, and a survivor who chose honesty over silence. Decades after her passing, her voice feels louder than ever because it speaks to unfinished conversations about power, autonomy, and respect. Hollywood once tried to use her and move on. History, however, has slowed down and listened. In doing so, Farrah's story has finally found the depth it always deserved. And in 2025, as her name echoes once again, it carries not just beauty, but truth, resilience, and enduring strength.